So, good evening to all the viewers of Banyan Minds and wishing you a very, very happy Navratri. Today is Saptami, so a big day of celebration in Navratri. So, Saptami, Ashtami, and Navami, the 3 days have bigger significance in this festival. And on this auspicious day, we are going to chat with Dr. Mrinal Saraf. So she is a scientist and her specialization is in biochemistry. Today she is a very successful entrepreneur and how she has traveled this journey, what is she doing as an entrepreneur is something what we are going to hear from her. So she is the director of Shalaka Biosciences. And what does her company do? How did she get into it? How did she venture into it? Is what is going to be our talk today. So, Dr. Mrinal, welcome to Banyan Minds. Wishing you a very, very happy Navratri. And we are very obliged that you shared some of your time with us to inspire the other young Durgas. So, welcome on board, ma'am. And you can begin with your journey right from when you started your career.
Actually, see, this is here I came with many steps and many obstacles. So I reached at this position. First of all, I would like to thank Mayura ma'am because you gave me this good platform to have word with many of Nav Durgas and the existing ones also, and who are seeking good career options. I'm basically biochemist, and I was into first a teaching profession. But in the year 2013, somehow I realized that there are many cancer patients who are seeing very good improvement, but it was a temporary phase with the help of papaya leaf extract. The platelet count was increased, and it was supporting them to grow, or rather maintain their health. So in that case, I thought that why should I not start research into this? And it was already 17 years past for my MSc, which was again a great challenge for me to again get into the subject and start with the things. Because when I did my MSc, everything was done manually, and now what the technology has advanced in the 17 years is everything was software based. And being biochemist, it was a great challenge for me again to handle those highly sophisticated instruments which were software based. This was the first challenge which I faced. Then the other thing was my gap of 17 years. That was again a challenge, but somehow these two obstacles were overcome. It took nearly a few months for me to acquire I can't say mastery, but hand holding was done by my guide to me, and he trusted me that I can do proper usage of those instruments. And then I started. My research was on the same what I said, papaya leaf extract, the biocomponents which are responsible to increase platelet count. Those biocomponents I have identified, then I purified, then I isolated them, then I did the animal trials of those things. These were the four main objectives of my work. And when I did this while writing, I think you all might be knowing that when we write a thesis, there is one complete chapter which is based on review of article. Like I wrote a complete review of article on the benefits of papaya, not only the leaf which I was working, but right from the root to the seed, what part is beneficial and where. You won't believe it was a chapter of nearly 35 to 40 pages. The benefits of papayas. That is a great heritage we have, which is given by Mother Earth. So then I thought that if that is the heritage what we have, and the farmers are literally using only fruit, other things are literally wasted. The seeds are used, but not that way in the commercial manner. So I thought that why not the farmer should get benefited from their agro waste economically, and I should benefit common man with health. So I'm trying rather to be the bridge between the farmer for his agro waste and a common man for health. So I have developed, after submission of my thesis I got few months in between. So in that phase I developed a few products using papaya leaf extract powder it was, then it was capsule, then it was some soluble part which can be inculcated into some medicines and can be taken by the patients. So that way I have developed them. And on the other hand I have a friend, she's also a researcher, and she was doing her research on banana flower. I think everyone is familiar with banana flower, and we use hardly a simple small part of banana flower, and that too only in the coastal part. Rest of the nation we are not using that. Banana flower is literally agro waste as per others. Only coastal region, that is some part of South India, some part of Maharashtra, or even some part of Odisha and Tamil Nadu, they are using this. uh, and rest is best. So we were thinking that that flower is quite nutritious as compared to other what nutrition we take with the help of chemicals, like the pills which are full of minerals or vitamins. Compared to that, this is very good. And she developed soup out of it. And while discussions, I realized that she's not going to commercialize it. So I have purchased that patent, and that banana flower soup is also one of our patented product. And I take a pride to say that in Asia, complete Asia, ours is the only company who is manufacturing that. Yeah, and so these are the, and accordingly overall I have done nearly 17 to 18 products which are, which few of them I have kept here for display on my back table. So with this now continuously the journey is going on. And being researcher, uh, there are many obstacles wherein I am turning to be as an entrepreneur, but yet it is a urge for common man to have his good health. So it is molding me rather. So this is the journey, and now I'm looking for export. I'm appointing few people for helping me out for the export facilities. And I take again a pride that there are few women of self-help group who help me out into this for my dehydration work, basic work I get done with the help of them, or else it is not possible here to avail that much space or accommodation or even storage facility. So financially also those women are growing very well with my dehydration unit support, and their other products also they are getting dehydrated then.
So it's very, very interesting, ma'am, because I'm further going to ask you this question, but always the professional careers like engineering and getting into medical profession are always looked upon on a higher side, and people actually run behind those kind of professions. But simply getting graduated, post graduated, doing your research, doing your PhD, and that too in subjects which are still so much unexplored. Like you very rightly said, that this is the heritage of Mother Earth. And imagine it has been not exposed or explored in a commercial way, or I can say in a on a larger platform. So yes, there was Ayurveda, there is Ayurveda, and but all those things used to happen on a very small scale. But today the platform which you have given to such a great heritage which comes from Mother Earth is really commendable. And I feel that young students should look at this as a extremely good opportunity. And our country is blessed with these kind of backgrounds where every minute thing. See, at the end of the day, we all are Indian women, and we don't want anything to go waste, not even in the kitchen. So
Actually,
I think
yes.
so. Yeah, so I think so. These are our roots, which these are our values, which teach us that nothing
And
can
we
go
must stay
waste in the
connected to that.
nature.
We must stay
Yes,
connected.
exactly. Yes, and taking advantage of this and serving humankind through this. I mean, what better can I say should happen? So, ma'am, when you got into this kind of entrepreneurship, or when you were doing your research, when you were filing your patent. what were the challenges, you came across? How did you overcome them? Is something which we would like to know.
See, the first challenge itself was that how could I manage all these things as a lady coming into nutraceuticals? Because there are very few ladies who are into direct research coming to entrepreneurship. They generally prefer to be a consultant to some pharma or some medicine based companies, or they prefer a good salaried job. But my aim was that I should not be job seeker, I should be job giver. And with the help of these, not only trying to give jobs to the new generation, but I'm trying to boost some what you call worm of research into students also, because few of the students are associated with me. They belong to biochemistry background only, and they help me out into developing some products, and some pilot work I get done with the help of them. As a result, what happens is that even I get benefited, and even they get motivated that something new is done with the help of my work, and mutually we get benefited. So that one obstacle I have solved, that was product development. Primarily I get it done with the help of some institutes, and then I get it validated from other institutes which are specifically for those validation. As a result, what happens is that I save a lot of time, I save a lot of money, and moreover is the thing that it is done under proper instructions, under proper guidance, who is also a biochemist, the guide who is helping them out in the institute. So all the angles are taken care of, and it is supervised also properly, it is managed also properly. Then the other, this was an easy task, that was not difficult for me. But the major task I had to achieve, and the challenge which I faced, was government compliance. Literally I was completely unable, unknown or illiterate for these government compliances, that when I have to start with my nutraceutical manufacturing, what is the need, basic need from government, that I should start with my work. Like even GST I was knowing, because I was with my husband's business, he's into industrial automation. So all those things I was aware, but for my sector it was quite difficult. So it took nearly 6 months for me to understand that what are the things I will need for manufacturing, for trading, for selling, even for registrations, or even the facilities what women entrepreneurs get, all those things. It took nearly 6 months for me to understand, and to literally I loitered from Borivali to Churchgate, every government office, to get that guidance. And even the second thing is tasting of the product. Even though we get validated, you should get tasted also, like for shelf life also, then for nutritional labeling also, then variations what we can make. This is a continuous process wherein your challenges are not going to end. So you have to overcome, you have to face. Unless you face, you won't overcome. The thing is that you should not surrender. Once you surrender, you will collapse.
Yeah, true. So,
The other thing will
yeah,
be
I mean,
market. Market was also a
uh,
big challenge, but when I started, it was lockdown period. That is, everyone was health conscious, and during that phase, Amazon or even some other platforms also helped me. Some business communities also supported me for growing me. There is one community who helped me, which helped me rather to grow nearly 35%, and that was a great platform I got.
so yeah, I mean, this is very interesting that you don't have to surrender whenever there are blocks in between. Instead, you need to find out solutions for it. And as you very rightly said that you were so new for all this, selling things, marketing things, manufacturing things. But still, I think so. Learning should be that continuous process which you have actually done. And then from research to this entrepreneur journey, that must be really a great bridging which you did. Because, like you rightly mentioned in the beginning, many people get into research and then they look out for very secured jobs, where those jobs are very research based jobs. and they don't plunge into entrepreneurship because they feel that, we are those serious type of people who cannot interact with other people so fast, because business needs that kind of interaction. So if you're plunging into entrepreneurship, I think so those are the other soft skills which you always require. And sometimes I feel that research people unnecessarily underestimate themselves by,
Absolutely.
saying that, we are research people, we are into books always, we are into labs always. So we can't get into this whole world of business.
They
And
basically
this
they
is
call
very.
themselves basically they call themselves artists behind the stage.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I was going to say that. So they always feel that you do it and we will support you for the product making or the product research or whatever is required from the scientific perspective.
Yes.
So I'm really happy that, you people like you, few people like you have taken up this challenge of, bringing the research into the entrepreneur this thing limelight, and how it can be advantageous from both the sides. So as an entrepreneur, you also get your benefits and satisfaction, and at the end of the day, the end consumer also gets it. And one more fantastic thing which you mentioned over here was, since yours is a very farmer-based product, okay, or something which has to do with the farmers, in this whole supply chain, even the farmer is getting benefited at the end of the day. Now, that
It
is
is known as
something
agro waste.
which,
See, his main crop is going to give him, but his agro waste
correct,
is literally waste, and it is coming out in tons. So he get
yes,
economically benefited with the help of that. And the thing what I found was that farmer main basically they work in farms, but this self-help group women, they have developed their own confidence with the help of that they are doing something for that agro waste which is not going to harm anyone but benefit with the
yes,
help of health rather. In improving the health, it is
correct.
benefiting. That is giving more satisfaction than any other satisfactions what I get.
True. True, very true. So, I always feel that, any waste which you generate in this country today needs a process again to dispose it off, or, to recycle it. So, there is another cost which is added to every waste which is recycled, right? And in your case, I
Yes.
mean, see how fantastic it is that the waste itself is converted into a finished product which is actually sold, you know
Yes.
so this cycle, this chain, is really superb, I mean, and that is
Along with
something the
cycle is
viewers
connectivity
also.
also. The rural
Yes,
women get connected to the urban people directly or indirectly. So I'm just what you call filling the gaps for those connections.
yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. So that linking which you have done, and the chain which you have created is what every researcher should look at. I mean, yeah, there are some research which have to remain at backstage and support the product development. But nevertheless, there are so many other things which the researchers can come up and put it up on a business platform. So it not only helps the research community, but also the other communities. Like in your case, woman, it is the farmer. There are so many industries then which get flourished because of this one small idea or small linkage, I will say, which you have created. So, ma'am, when you were doing your research, or rather when you planned to do your research in the initial days, what was that one small thing, or what was that one small trigger which said that, okay, I mean, there are crores of ideas and crores of research subjects which are available. What made you choose this subject, and particularly, the papaya, or particularly the papaya seeds? What was that
Okay.
trigger, or
Research
what
is
was
on
that
leaf.
process?
Okay, my research is on leaf. What happened was, I think you all might be aware that 2013, there was tremendous what you call growth of dengue. It was spreading like anything, and people were taking blindly the leaf of papaya, and they never knew that it has to be boiled or it has to be crushed like that only, or it has to be taken raw. Nothing. People were unaware. This was one thing, and the other thing what I said initially was that a few of the people whom I saw were cancer patient, and it helped them with the trigger of platelet, and for a few days they were okay, and then again the health declined. So these two things were there where I was thinking always that what might be the thing that is helping to increase the platelet count. It is blindly said that platelets are increased with the help of papaya leaf. So then I had a discussion with one of the professor in my university. So he said, "Why don't you start with this if you are feeling that curiosity?" And when I was surfing the previous research done, so in our country there were very few scientists who did on this. Hardly 5 to 6, I think, they were scientists. One from Baroda, one from North India, one from South India. That way, from every corner there was hardly one scientist who was working on that. And then I thought that if there are few people working on that, I'll get very good scope on it. And I attempted for entrance. It was my luck. Then it in first attempt only I cleared my entrance, and then I shifted to the research work.
Okay. So, yeah, so, and ma'am, when you mentioned that, this is a very effective remedy also for cancer patients. So, how was that journey? I mean, seeing because see today the word cancer has become so common, okay, which was not earlier the scenario, and unfortunately, not every family can afford a very luxurious treatment for the disease today. So they have to, at certain stage, there are a lot of interruptions which come in the treatment because of the financial conditions of the family. So any such experience you would like to share in your case, which was pertaining to certain cancer related theory or cancer related
Yes, yes.
patient?
Yeah, actually, every new patient is again one research for us. And I'm not practicing doctor. I'm PhD doctor, so I'm working with the help of practicing doctors. So recently we had a case of ovarian cancer. It was diagnosed early. So with the help of that papaya leaf extract, we have added some other medicines like curcumin, MCT oil, then banana flower soup. We have made some dietary changes, some homeopathic medicine. So all these things together, and papaya leaf, we have literally forced her to have a bit more dose as compared to other products. And miraculously, what we found was that post operation, when she was suggested for chemotherapy and radiation, it was reduced. Like when she was suggested for 25 chemos, it reduced to nearly, I think, 21 or 22. Even the radiations were reduced by some number. And this was the one thing where it makes happy not only to the patient but to the family members also. The other benefit what we found was that when she underwent either chemotherapy or radiation, we find many side effects like loss of hair, dryness, no taste to the tongue, unable to eat. So all these factors are the side effects. So we have tried to minimize those side effects. And moreover, this helped her to boost her confidence again. It helped to secrete very good happy hormones which always kept her positive. And these were the many things which we found with the help of not only papaya leaf but other like curcumin also, MCT oil also, all these things. And papaya leaf and curcumin, these basically arrest the growth of cancer cell. It do not allow it to grow or to rather even spread around. So these were the basic result. This was one case. Then some other cases also in blood cancer also we have tried to stop the radiation completely. Only with the help of chemo the patient was cured, and within 6 months started to go to the job properly without any problem. Basically, there are many minerals into papaya leaf extract and many vitamins. So what happens is that that deficiency is fulfilled naturally when you have this into your diet. And once these deficiencies are fulfilled, you will not suffer from any side effects. It papaya leaf extract supports your hair growth, your skin toning, your bone health. Then internally, if there are some deposits of the toxins, those deposits also get eliminated in the form of your sweat or your urine or some other forms. It gets eliminated. So these were the benefits which we were knowing, and we were quite sure that even if the patient is not benefited, he will not have any harms. So there are many cases into which we have seen this. Along with cancer patients, in dengue also we have seen the result. In psoriasis also we have seen the result. In obesity we have seen the result of papaya extract. In frozen shoulder or tennis elbow we have found very good result of papaya leaf extract.
Oh, so I mean, there are multiple diseases which are seeing the positive impact of the product which
Yes, yes,
you have manufactured, right? So
yes.
I mean, that's really brilliant, actually. So, ma'am, now we come to the point that if a young person today is trying to get into these kind of research fields, especially the science research fields, then what is that one piece of advice which you will like to give the young girls? Because whenever a girl gets into a research or something like that, most of the predictable career for her is most of the times is becoming a professor you know I mean, when she opts for this kind of research thing, parents are very happy because she's a girl child and she's going to do her research, so she's going to have a lot of family time, is something what the parents think. But nevertheless, in today's changing scenario, I would like you to tell that young girls that how research also can lead to entrepreneurial paths is what you have to tell through. I mean, I want to know what is the advice you will give to such research oriented girls.
See, basically, I would like to tell them in regards to the research. Definitely, I'll tell. But before telling the something regarding research, I would like to tell that first of all, I'm a great follower of Swami Vivekananda. So first, read the character sketch of Swami Vivekananda, and along with him, read the character sketch of his disciple, Sister Nivedita. These two things will keep you motivating to do your research, because my passion was research, so I got motivated for research. And when you come into research and you see the challenges, you uh, rather getting of depressed, you should get motivated. No, I have to overcome this part, and that keeps you alive. And keeping own self alive is itself again a challenge. And being scientist, there are many people around you who are going to keep you down. Nobody is going to motivate. No, no, these are the results which are not expected. The results expected are that way only. So, some way or other, everyone is going to demotivate you. So, keeping yourself motivated is a challenge. So, for that, read Swami Vivekananda and read Sister Nivedita. And these two things will keep you boosting. And once you are into your focus, nobody can divert you. Anyone can come and divert you, but your focus is the main thing. Then your self motivation is the best thing that will keep you motivating, or rather moving you ahead step by step. And don't take long or high jumps, take small steps. And one day or one fine day, you will realize that your two steps are also leading you ahead. And after that, after a few years, you will realize that your 12 steps have taken you too far away as compared to the world which you were back when you have started your work. So these are the things that take small steps, and which is the only key to success. Hardship, which will pay you later, even though. And the thing is that the overnight miracles never happen, and even if they happen, they won't sustain. So we want some sustainable things. So for sustainable things, you have to be working hard. You should have your continuity and self motivation. For self motivation, you should have proper readings, good thoughts, good people around you. Yes.
So, ma'am, really nice of you that you share that secret thing. Yes, I mean Swami Vivekananda is always inspiration, and in any context of life, he is always the
Yes.
best inspiration a youngster can derive. Because at his young age, what he could achieve, what he could leave back as a legacy, is a fantastic example. I mean, there are
Yes.
no words. One
No
has
word.
to read him. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. So I even I read sometimes, not very often, but that's why I can understand with the intensity you told about Sister Nivedita. So yes, I mean those are the two personas which will keep you motivating always in all situations of life. Never give up kind of a scenario, especially
See,
in the age when you're, yes, forming the career, you are young, and how you should divert your energy to positive things is what he teaches you brilliantly. I mean, that is it. And ma'am,
you come to
now
any
we come to
situation
the
and Swamiji will
parents.
give you the path. Any situation,
Yes,
any challenge
exactly.
you have, Swamiji will give you the path. Just read his characteristics. That
So
is the
true.
only solution.
Very true. I completely agree with you. And now we come to the parents because even if we are in the modern era, I mean, parents always have that susceptibility that, now she has got into something, how she will, come out of it and go through it and achieve success through this whatever path she has selected. So as an entrepreneur or when somebody into research looks at this kind of career of becoming an entrepreneur instead of getting into a secure job, how should the parents look at all this?
See, when your kid is taking out of box path, parents should support because even though it is what I said is that miraculous success won't sustain, right? So give them time to do their hard work. Even though their friends are going ahead, let them go. Because at one stage of life, you need something to look back, and there you should not feel that, oh, I should have not chosen this. Why have I heard to my friends or to someone else? This should not come into your life. So, for that aspect, you should chase your dreams only. And the thing is that when you are looking as an entrepreneur, you should think that I will not be a job seeker. I will be job giver. Try to give something. What you have achieved, try to give it to the others. And when you give it the more, you will get the more. It is what joy of giving is giving you more satisfaction and a peaceful life. At the end of the day, you should feel happy that with my support, four families are growing up, five families are growing up, or even some other day you will feel that no, 30 families are for me to support and I to support them. They are growing with me, and those blessings will help you a lot for your life. First nearly 5 to 7 years maybe they are your struggling period, and it has to be, or else you won't realize the importance of your success. So you have to struggle hard, and if you start at very early age, you will have success at very early age also. And see, according to our what you call Vedas, it is said that when you have to achieve mastery on some points, you have to give 12 years for that. And once you give those 12 years, you don't have to look back. So please give those 12 years for mastering something, and then the world is yours.
Yeah, so nice. I mean, you could literally number it like in management we say that when you do your MBAs and all, they always say that any brand or service when you launch it, okay, after that you have to exceptions are always there, but after that you have to normally give at least minimum a 5 years period for that brand to even be aware to the consumers. Forget the brand doing good or your turnover happening to a certain extent, but it is that minimum 5 years which a brand needs to get known or to get established, for people to start believing it. So the first 5 years have to be just your efforts, your
Yes.
expertise, which has to enter the market, nothing else, you know. I mean, expecting benefits in those initial 5 years is simply, I mean, that max doesn't work. Okay. So, as you rightly said, that here, when you have to become an expert of something, or rather, you have to do a mastery of something, our Vedas have mentioned that, you know, those 12 years, you know, are so much important. So it was great to listen from you, ma'am, about because you know this is very interesting that you know a research person becoming an entrepreneur, and that was really interesting listening to your insights. You being very frank about you know what is really your motivation, because there are very few people who reveal their success secrets so honestly, and this is what actually keep the youngsters motivated, you know, the honesty which comes from their role model. So when they look upon you as a person whom they should follow or whom they should try and learn something from, that honesty matters, that trust matters a lot. So thank you so much for joining us today and spending
Thank you
some
so much
time with
for this
us.
opportunity. Thank you so much for this
So
opportunity. You have given me a wonderful opportunity.
yeah, yeah, we are also very happy, and I hope that you know people get motivated by listening such kind of talks. That's the only intention of bringing so many experts on the forum together. And I wish you all the best for your future endeavors, and wishing you a happy Navratri again.
Thank you.
Thank
Same
you
to
so
you.
much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes. Thank you.
thank you. Goodbye. Have a good day.
Goodbye.